Before we get into it all, I have to say that we have officially a new queen in New Jersey. The new queen of New Jersey is officially Melissa Gorga. I have to say that Melissa Gorga evolution looks great on her. You know, Melissa is unbothered. She posted that picture at the beginning of filming where she's like wearing those beautiful pants and that little black top, and she looks like extremely gorgeous on that picture. She said, nobody puts baby in a corner. So Melissa, from what we can see, is hanging out with some new blood. Like there's new girls there. You know, if you look at her Instagram over the summer, she's been hanging out with some new girls, right? There's this blonde girl and there's another brunette. Like there's a new group in town, right? So Melissa is surrounding herself with new faces. She's surrounding herself with older faces from the cast, you know, Margaret, Jackie. Jackie was on her podcast today, actually. And if you guys haven't listened, it was a great interview. But all of that to say that Melissa just threw a birthday party for Joe. And the new faces were there, the new girls, right? And from what I understand, there's also like, I don't know if they're going to be made friends of, but there's like a couple new official girls that will be filming in Jersey as well. So Melissa, to be honest with you guys, I have to say, everyone has threatened to bring everyone from the dead to come and fight with Melissa or expose Melissa of some sort. You know, at some point in time, Kim D, and we'll get to Kim D later, Kim D, when she was on the other podcast, she kept on asking the host, David, she kept on saying, you need to bring Penny on the show, right? You need to bring Richie on the show. Like they would like to come and talk about their experience and talk about the Gorgas, right? We've never seen them on the show. I never saw Penny come on that podcast. I never saw Richie come on that podcast. They even talked about Bulldog, like not necessarily Kim D and David, but there's other podcasts out there that have talked about bringing Bulldog from the dead, right? So everything that people are threatening Melissa with is like old stuff, right? It's like stale tea. Everyone is just like, oh, we have so much on Melissa, but it's all old stuff from like over 10 years ago, right? So what has Melissa and Joe done lately? Nothing. Nobody seems to have anything new, any new material, right? So even Amber, they've interviewed Amber. I've listened to the interview on that other podcast, and it was kind of funny because, you know, they made it sound like, oh, Amber is going to say so many things about Melissa, which she didn't. She really didn't say that much. She just basically said that her and Melissa didn't have a relationship. They used to have a friendship when they were very, very young. They used to party and club together. And then that was it. You know, like, oh, me and Melissa, we don't talk after the show. Or while they were taping, they stopped talking at that point and they never just reconnected after the show wrapped, right? So I'm not sure what the big exposure on Melissa was, but that interview kind of fell flat for me. Like there was really nothing divulged. And at this point, I really believe that there's really nothing. Like what people say, even when Amber was saying, oh, you know, I know exactly how Melissa got on the show. I know how she got on the show and I'll save it for my book one day. I'm just saying at this point, do we really care? We don't care because Melissa's on the show. She's been on the show at this point for like 11 seasons. So it doesn't matter how she got on the show. We got over that already. We know she came on the show at some point in time. She said she told Teresa. Teresa said she didn't tell her. And at some point in time, Carlos King came and said that Melissa did not tell Teresa. Who cares at this point? I think we have moved on from that. And at the end of the day, when I say that Melissa is the new queen, I say she's the new queen because A queen never leaves. A queen never leaves her throne. So the rumor has it that there was a party. Melissa and Joe were in attendance. Teresa and Louis were in attendance. And the rumor has it that at some point in time, they were kind of all keeping to themselves. And then Melissa and Joe started kind of like interacting with other people that were close to Teresa or closer to the group where Teresa was. And Teresa wanted no parts of it. And she just said, beep, beep, I'm out. And she left the party. That's what the rumor says, right? If Teresa's truly the queen of New Jersey, she would have stayed, but she left. Melissa is staying. Melissa is the one who's unbothered. Melissa is the one who's saying, you know what? I don't care. I am here. I don't care if you have a sour face about it. I don't care if you're mad about it. I am here and I'm here to stay. So I don't know. To me, Melissa is acting like a queen. And if I was her, I would just keep on doing exactly what she does. Keep on showing up, keep on interacting, keep on working the room. You don't have to care about Teresa's sour face. You deserve to be there just as much as she deserves to be there. And, if she's the queen, then let her be the queen and stay, right? Battle it out, talk, interact. But if you can't take it and you have to leave every time, then, you're showing your flaws. You're showing us who is actually winning. And it's not you, right? It's not you. Like I said, evolution looks good on Melissa. I was a Teresa fan for the longest time. But at some point in time, you want to see the character evolve. And it doesn't seem like Teresa is capable of doing that at this point. She's always talking about the same old stuff. She's holding on to the same old grudges. Melissa is not worried about that. She's packing up Antonia so Antonia can go to college. She is taking care of her husband. She's taking care of her boutique. She's filming the show. She's doing what she got to do. She's having some night out with her friends, the new girls, with the old girls. She's taking, and when I'm saying old, I'm not talking about age. I'm just talking about the girls that were on the show. I don't go there. I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about the girls that are currently or were currently on the show. And she also has a podcast that is quite successful at this point. Like, I have to say, she's really good at interviewing. Like, Jackie Goldschneider was on the podcast, and everybody knows that she has 5 degrees and is super articulate, and she's a writer as well and a lawyer. So I'm sure her book will be very good, but it was quite compelling and interesting to hear her story and have Melissa conducting the interview. I thought it was very, very, very good. So I officially declare Melissa Gorga as the new queen of New Jersey.